Hello everyone, happy Sunday. I have another Ubers match here against Mefesto, something like that. I'll put his name definitely. But he's a pretty cool YouTuber. He has a lot of interesting battles, so you should definitely go check him out. I lead off with my Giratina here as he leads off with Bronzong, and we both set up our Stealth Rocks on the first turn. And then I'm immediately going to go straight into Kyogre just to set up the rain. I know he has a Tyranitar to counteract my rain, but I figured I could just get up the Drizzle right now and just hit anything that comes in for very, very high damage with a Water Spout. But he actually has Trick Room, and he's going to be able to set that up on the switch, and then go for the Earthquake, which is going to do quite a bit of damage to Kyogre. And then my Water Spout, because I'm at about half health, is not going to be able to KO Bronzong even in the rain. So I'm going to switch into Giratina here, mainly because I figured I could take a hit, and I thought his Life Orb would take him out at that point, and also kind of to stall out another turn of Trick Room. But I don't take it as well as I thought, and his Life Orb does not take him out, so I'm going to have to desperately go out into Thundurus and easily take the predicted Earthquake, and then set up a sub just to stall out the last turn of Trick Room, because I know he probably has Gyro Ball or HP Ice that he can break my sub with. But that wasn't really the point. My point wasn't to set up with Thundurus, it was just to, stall out the turn of Trick Room and basically kill off his Bronzong, with the Life Orb damage. So he's going to go into his Giratina-O now, and I figured that thing's going to go for a powerful Dragon move or a setup move or something. Either way, I figured I could handle it with Giratina, and this is my physically defensive Giratina that everyone's been running. It's a very useful set, so I know why everyone's been running it. You should definitely try it out. I take that Draco Meteor pretty well, but since I was already at low health, I only have a little bit of health to work with here. So I just go for an Iron Head just to hope to get the flinch hacks and recover a little bit more of damage with leftovers, and that is what happened, so that's going to be great. And then he sends in Dialga here. I go for Stealth Rocks accidentally. That was a misclick. I could have gone, I think I was going to go for Body Slam or something, but, either way, Iron Head wouldn't have done much, or Body Slam wouldn't have done much either, so it's kind of like a wasted turn. And I do get a little bit more recovery with leftovers, and then I'm going to set up a Wish on this turn, and he actually has Trick Room with his Dialga, so he's running some cool, interesting Ubers Sand Trick Room team, which is pretty interesting. Trick Room is always a fun thing to try out, but you have to use it quite effectively, otherwise it kind of doesn't work. So I go for Body Slam there. Oh, I do actually take his Aura Sphere very nicely because I'm especially bulky, so my wish is going to come true, and I'm going to recover off all that damage I lost from Bronzong, so that's going to be awesome. And then I do go for the Body Slam on that Dialga, get the Paralysis on it, which is going to be nice. Even though he's in the Trick Room team, the chance for him to miss is going to help me out quite a lot. And then he's going to send out his Tyranitar. I don't know if we're still in Trick Room, but I know an Iron Head is going to do a very good amount of damage to Tyranitar. And no matter what kind of set it is, I don't think he can KO me unless he's something weird like Choice Specs with Fire Blast or Choice Band with Earthquake or something weird like that, but that's very unlikely, so I figured I could take a hit, and I am going to do a good portion of damage to his Tyranitar. And then here I'm going to switch in Rayquaza. I think I wanted to start maybe setting up here or something, because he goes for Crunch. It does quite a bit, and I think we are still in Trick Room, because he's going to finish me off easily with an Ice Beam. And I really don't know why I did that. Maybe I sent in Rayquaza as fodder or something, because that was kind of a dumb play on my part. But this battle was a couple weeks ago, so I'm not entirely sure what my thought process was at the time. But either way, he does kill off my Rayquaza, which sucks, because I really like Rayquaza, and it's a very extremely powerful threat in any tier, so, watch out for it. But anyway, I send out my Kyogre once more just to get the rain back up against his Tyranitar and to scare it out with the potential water move. And then I'm going to predict his switch into something. Anything, really. I figured a Thunder would probably hit anything that comes in for better damage than a water move, because he has a lot of water resists on his team. And unfortunately, the second Thunder does not kill like I thought it would, so I'm going to have to switch in Giratina to take whatever hit he's going to throw at me, because I don't want Kyogre dead. And he does have Life Orb, which is going to kill him off there, which is going to be very nice. So yeah, I do need Kyogre because he still has T-Tar alive, and I want my rain up so I can kind of go for a sweep maybe. And he's going to switch in Fortress and start setting up Toxic Spikes. I'm just going to use that opportunity to go for another Wish. Toxic Spikes don't threaten my team too much unless Kyogre does get poisoned, because it will limit its longevity. But the thing is, as long as I can take out Tyranitar, then all I need Kyogre for is setting up rain once more. So overall, Toxic Spikes are not going to be a huge threat, because I do have Giratina, I do have Thundurus, and I do have Manaphy, all of which have some means of not taking damage from Toxic. So, Thunderous on this hand is a flying type, so it does not take Toxic Spikes at all. And he goes for a Gyro Ball, which definitely does a lot because Fortress is very slow and Thunderous is very fast. But I'm going to get a little bit of recovery off, and the Twisted Dimensions do return to normal there, so I'm just going to go for a Thunderbolt just to get a good amount of damage on it because Fortress is especially weak. And he's going to kill me off with a Gyro Ball there, which is not too much of a problem. Thunderous would have helped out a great amount in this battle, but at the same time, I don't need it too much. Not really as much as I'm going to need my Manaphy. So instead of Sea Monkey here, set up a Tail Glow, hit +3 automatically. I know there's nothing his Fortress can do to me. And he goes for an Earthquake, and I hoped it wouldn't do too much, and it doesn't do anything at all. And then Hydration automatically cures the poison. So now I'm at +3, very good health, and I'm really ready to just demolish the rest of his team. Even if he switches in T-Tar, at +3 I should still be able to, KO it from the health that it's at with a Stab Surf, a super effective Surf, mind you. So I'm going to easily take out his Fortress, and he does send in Tyranitar here. He's at about half health, and even though Sandstream does boost its special defense, I figured a Surf can, just power right through it. And again, like I said, it's Stab, it's super effective. I'm at +3, and as you can see, that easily demolishes Tyranitar. So there goes my weather counter there. So thankfully, once I get Kyogre if I can get Kyogre in once more, the rain will be mine, and pretty much the match will be mine at that point. But then he switches in a Solosis, who has Focus Sash and Trick Room, and I was already thinking, oh my god, I'm gonna get swept by a level 1 Endeavor Solosis, because I know that thing has Endeavor, and that's probably the only reason he's using it, is kind of as a Trick Room Endeavor sweeper thingy, and it has Magic Guard, which means it takes no damage from entry hazards, and it has Pain Split, and it's just going to destroy the rest of my team, and I'm just going to be humiliated. So I need to act really fast for this. So I send in Kyogre just to take away the Sandstorm and set up Rain again, so that none of my Pokemon take damage. And then I switch in Jirachi, and I guess that scares him out. What I was going to try to do is stall out Trick Room, and then go for an Iron Head, and try to Iron Head flinch stall him. But he does switch out, which I thought was kind of odd, but, that really saved me the match. I was like, wow, thankfully he switched out, because now he does not have Focus Sash intact. He's going to switch in his Giratina-O, and I know I can take many hits from it and kill it with Iron Head, but he does get a critical hit on that Shadow Claw. I highly, highly doubt that mattered, because now I can send in Mewtwo, and obviously Mewtwo's going to scare the hell out of Giratina-O. Because Mewtwo's super fast, Giratina-O is at very, very low health, and Mewtwo is like one of the most powerful Pokemon in the entire world. So feel the wrath of genius. He switches in Solosis once more here. A Shadow Ball is definitely going to take it down, and he does not have his Focus Sash, so that is going to be the game. And we were talking on Skype, and he was saying, what happened? Why isn't the Sash working? And I guess what he thought was that Focus Sash would activate like Sturdy, and he thought that as long as he was at full health, Focus Sash would just keep reacting, and he would survive basically any hit as long as he's at full health. But unfortunately, Focus Sash does not work the same way as Sturdy, because Focus Sash is an item, which means once the item has activated, once it has survived a hit from full health, the item's gone. Unlike Sturdy, where, if you're at full health, you can take any hit and definitely live it, which is why people have been running those annoying level 1 Aerons, who basically take any hit, get down to 1 HP, and then do something like Endeavor, and then with their Shell Bell, they recover all their HP, and they just keep demolishing teams like that. I hate that. It's so annoying, because it's not hard to stop it, but if you don't have anything on your team that can stop it, it's really going to just, demolish your team. So, regardless, that was a very fun match. My second Ubers match ever, so, let me know if I suck. But he's a pretty cool guy, too, so check out his channel. I think he's a pretty well-known guy as well, so, yeah, that was a fun match. I was glad I got to do that. A couple other things, as always, check out my blog, please. Scarecrow's Pokemon Palace. I was debating changing the name to something just like Pokemon Palace, but I'm still deciding what I'm going to do with that. But I have kind of revamped the blog, so it looks really cool now, and the navigation is very nice. You can more easily access any of the analyses of the competitive Pokemon battling spotlights that I've done just by clicking on a button and selecting the one you want to see. So if you want to see Jellicent, just click on the Complete Analysis button, and then it will list every analysis that I've done of every Pokemon, every item, etc. and just click on the one you want to see. And I have done a very recent one, I just posted it last night, of Volcarona. So if you want to know how to use Volcarona, a very, very useful OU threat, definitely check it out, because there are some very viable options. There's some very standard options of how to use Volcarona, and there are also some kind of less seen sets, like a choice specs or choice scarf set, that are still very viable, that I've tried out and have, worked very well for me. So please check out my blog, please comment, please, subscribe to it, please subscribe to my channel on YouTube, and hopefully you guys are all doing well. And sorry for the very low rate of uploads. I know I upload like once every 2 weeks or once every 1.5 weeks. It's because I'm kind of limited on content, and because I'm in summer, I've kind of been busy too, so I kind of put off narrating battles. But I'm going to try to get more on top of it, and if you guys want to challenge me to a battle of any tier, I'll do any tier you want, except maybe Little Cup, because I'm not too knowledgeable about that yet. But at the same time, I'm not too knowledgeable about Uber, and I'm still trying it out. But, challenge me to an Uber battle, challenge me to an OU battle, UU, RU, anything you want. And, I need a lot more battles, so please challenge me to a battle, and check out my blog. I'll put a link in the description, and hopefully you will love it. Alright, see you guys soon. Let me know how I did. Bye.